Are you tired of feeling stuck, lost, or unsure how to move forward? Have you spent countless days hoping for change, waiting for something or someone to make it happen? What if I told you that today is the day you can take control and start building the life you've always dreamed of? This isn't about vague motivation or empty promises. It's about practical steps you can take right now to break through barriers and start seeing real results. The truth is, the power to transform your life has always been within you. You just need to recognize it, own it, and take action. In this speech, we're going to explore the principles that will propel you forward, help you push through your limitations, and create lasting success. Stick with me because what you're about to hear could be the spark that ignites your greatest transformation yet. Get ready to step into your full potential. Let me tell you something. You are capable of far more than you realize. The tools, the knowledge, the strength you need to succeed have been inside you all along. Too often, we're looking outside ourselves for answers, reading books, watching motivational speakers, hoping someone will tell us the magic secret. But here's the truth. The power is already in you. Every day you make choices, and every choice carries the potential for success. You just need to tap into it. Think of it like a treasure buried beneath the surface. It's there waiting for you to dig deep and unearth it. Recognize that the key to success isn't out there somewhere. It's within your grasp right now. We live in a world that constantly tells us we need more, do more, have more to be happy or successful. We compare ourselves to others, believing that the right opportunities, connections, or circumstances are what we need to unlock our potential. But the truth is, external success doesn't guarantee happiness or fulfillment. You can have all the accolades in the world and still feel empty. Success starts from within. When you shift your focus inward, you start to see that you have everything you need to succeed. Right now, you are your own greatest asset. Now here's the tough part. Self-doubt. It's the silent killer of progress. How many times have you told yourself, I'm not good enough, or I can't do this? That voice in your head is the enemy of your potential. It convinces you to play it safe, to stay in your comfort zone, and to shy away from taking risks. But here's the truth. Self-doubt isn't a reflection of your abilities. It's a reflection of your fears. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of being judged. And once you break free from those fears, you will see just how powerful you truly are. The first step toward change is simple yet profound. Acknowledging your potential. Stop looking outside yourself for the validation you've been waiting for. Look in the mirror and realize that you are capable of achieving anything you set your mind to. Own your potential. Take full responsibility for your life and your decisions. When you do this, you unlock the door to everything you've ever wanted. This is your moment. The time to act is now. Let's talk about the comfort zone for a moment. The comfort zone is that safe space where everything feels familiar, predictable, and comfortable. It's the place you retreat to when you're afraid to push your limits. But here's the thing, the comfort zone is not your friend. It's the enemy of growth. If you stay in your comfort zone, you'll never see what you're truly capable of. You'll stay in the same place doing the same things, never stretching yourself or reaching new heights. We've all heard that voice in our heads telling us, just stay where you are. It's easier this way. It sounds so inviting, doesn't it? But it's a trap. The false promise of comfort is that it offers ease, but it doesn't deliver anything else. Seeking comfort may feel good in the moment, but in the long run, it holds you back from achieving anything significant. Success is rarely found in comfort. It's found in discomfort, in pushing past your fears, and in doing things you've never done before. Sometimes we don't even realize we're settling. It sneaks up on us. You start rationalizing that you're too tired, too busy, or that it's just not the right time. You tell yourself that maybe tomorrow, maybe next year, things will be different. But here's the reality. Tomorrow never comes unless you make it come. So how do you know if you're settling? Ask yourself this, are you challenging yourself? Are you growing? Are you uncomfortable enough to push past your limits? If the answer is no, then it's time to break free. Breaking free from the comfort zone isn't easy, but it's necessary. Start by doing one thing every day that scares you, just a little. It could be a difficult conversation, trying something new at work, or taking a risk in your personal life. The more you step out of your comfort zone, the stronger you become. Discomfort is a sign of progress. The key is to embrace it, not run from it. Growth happens when you push yourself to do things you've never done before. It's time to break free from the comfort zone and embrace the unknown. Fear is one of the most powerful forces in your life. It shapes your decisions, your actions, and your beliefs. Fear tells you what you can and cannot do. It whispers in your ear, you're not good enough, you're not ready. But what if you could stop listening to that voice? What if you could challenge your fear and take control of it instead of letting it control you? Fear isn't real. It's an illusion. What you fear most rarely ever happens, and even if it does, you're stronger than you think. The fear of failure and rejection holds many of us back. We're so afraid of what others will think or what could go wrong that we end up doing nothing at all. But here's the truth. Failure isn't the end of the road. It's just the beginning of a new path. Every successful person has failed at some point. The difference is they didn't let it stop them. They used it as fuel to keep moving forward. Here's the secret. Fear can be your greatest motivator. Instead of running from it, lean into it. Let it push you to take action. When you feel fear creeping in, don't back down. Use it as a sign that you're on the right track. Fear is a signal that you're stepping out of your comfort zone, and that's where growth happens. Turn that fear into energy. Use it to drive you forward. The courage to act despite fear is what separates the successful from the unsuccessful. It's not about being fearless, it's about taking action anyway. You don't need to wait for the fear to go away. In fact, you never will. Courage is not the absence of fear, it's the ability to move forward in spite of it. Every time you act despite fear, you build the confidence that you can handle anything. Let me ask you a question. How many times have you looked outside yourself for the answer to your problems? Maybe you've waited for that perfect moment, that right person, or the ideal circumstances to arrive so you can make a change. You might have even convinced yourself that success lies somewhere out there, that if you just have the right connections or the right approval, things will finally start falling into place. But let me tell you something, the truth is, you don't need any of that. The myth of external power is one of the biggest traps we fall into. We constantly look outward, thinking the solution is out there somewhere, but that's just a distraction. External success is fleeting, temporary at best. People can build you up one moment and tear you down the next. Circumstances will change, and people will come and go. You can't rely on anything outside of yourself to create lasting change in your life. True power, real success comes from within. It's already there, hidden beneath your doubts, your fears, and your hesitations. Every single thing you need to succeed, to break through, and to rise up, it's already inside of you. You don't need permission from anyone else. You don't need the perfect time, and you certainly don't need anyone else's approval. Here's the hard truth. If you keep waiting for someone to give you permission, for the stars to align, or for the world to hand you success on a silver platter, you'll be waiting forever. The power you're waiting for is already inside of you. It always has been. So let's shift the focus. Start looking inward. Your power, your motivation, and your direction, they all start with you. Your future is in your hands. You just have to grab it and stop waiting for someone else to show you the way. Let me tell you something. Your belief in yourself is the single most powerful tool you have. It's the foundation of everything you will achieve. If you don't believe in yourself, it won't matter how many people cheer you on, or how many opportunities come your way. Your belief is the key to unlocking everything else in your life. Think of belief in yourself like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. Just like any muscle, the more you work at it, the more it grows, the more it supports you. But here's the problem. Many of us neglect that muscle. We let it weaken. We allow self-doubt to creep in, telling us that we aren't good enough, smart enough, or capable enough. But here's what you need to understand. When you doubt yourself, you're giving up your power. Self-doubt is the enemy of progress. It's like putting up a wall between you and your dreams. But belief, real, unwavering belief, is like tearing down that wall brick by brick. So how do you build that belief? You start small. You begin with small victories, tiny wins every day. Every time you push yourself, every time you take that small step forward, your belief gets stronger. You begin to see that you're capable of more than you ever thought possible. And this isn't just about thinking positive thoughts. It's about changing the way you view yourself. You are worthy of success. You are capable of achieving your dreams. When you believe that, nothing, no obstacle, no setback can stop you. Remember this, belief in yourself is your superpower. Don't let anyone or anything take that away from you. If you believe in yourself, there's no limit to what you can achieve. Now let's talk about the most insidious enemy you'll ever face. Your own mind. Self-doubt is like a shadow that follows you around, always telling you you're not good enough, you can't do it, you'll never succeed. It whispers lies in your ear, convincing you that you'll never be enough. But here's the thing, those thoughts are not truth. They're just stories you've been telling yourself. And the best part, you have the power to change the story. Ask yourself this, what would you do if you truly believed in your potential? If you knew without a doubt that you could achieve anything you set your mind to? The reality is you'd be unstoppable. But you've got to stop letting your inner critic hold you back. Here's the truth, you're not stuck with those negative thoughts. They're just limiting beliefs you've adopted over time. But you can break free. It starts by challenging those thoughts. When you hear that voice saying you can't do this, ask yourself, why not? When that voice says you're not good enough, ask yourself, who says? You don't have to accept those thoughts as truth. You can reframe them and replace them with empowering beliefs. One of the most powerful ways to overcome self-doubt is through action. Every time you challenge yourself, every time you do something you're afraid of, you prove to yourself that you are capable. You start rewiring your brain, shifting your mindset, and breaking down the walls of doubt that have been holding you back. Here's a simple exercise for you. Every time you face a limiting belief or self-doubt, write it down. Then next to it, write a statement that directly challenges it. For example, if the belief is I'll never be successful, challenge it with I've overcome challenges before, and I'm capable of creating success on my own terms. Repeat this every day until you begin to believe it. The key is consistency. You won't overcome self-doubt overnight, but with consistent action, your beliefs will shift. You'll begin to see that the only thing standing between you and your goals is your willingness to act and believe in yourself. You might not realize it, but you have been through some of the toughest challenges imaginable. Think about your life for a second. How many times have you faced adversity, only to come out stronger on the other side? The struggles, the setbacks, the heartbreaks, those moments didn't break you. They made you. In fact, you've already survived 100% of your worst days. Every single challenge you faced has only proven one thing. You are stronger than you think. You have a well of inner strength that you haven't even tapped into yet. Think of resilience like a muscle. Every time you go through something difficult and bounce back, you're strengthening that muscle. The more you push through adversity, the more resilient you become. Resilience is not about avoiding hardship, it's about learning to stand up stronger each time you fall. You've already proven that you have the inner strength to overcome anything life throws at you. And every challenge you face from here on out will only make you stronger. So stop doubting your ability to handle what's next. You've got this. And the best part? It gets easier the more you practice it. If you've made it this far, you're already a testament to your own resilience. So take a moment to recognize your strength. When you look back at your journey, you'll see that you've always had the power to rise. Now it's time to use that power to fuel your future. Let's get something straight. Success is not about talent, it's about persistence. It's about showing up, even when you don't feel like it. It's about pushing forward when everything in you wants to quit. The road to success is not a straight line, it's full of twists, turns, and setbacks. But the key to reaching your destination is persistence. Think about all the people who've achieved greatness. Do you think they did it because they were the most talented? No, they did it because they refused to give up. They kept going when others quit. They kept going when it got hard. Persistence is what separates the dreamers from the doers. It's what turns ordinary people into extraordinary achievers. When you keep pushing forward, even when things seem impossible, you are building your success one step at a time. Let me ask you this. How many times have you quit right before the breakthrough? How many times have you stopped just inches away from success? The truth is, success is often just on the other side of failure. You don't know how close you are to your breakthrough until you keep going. So how do you stay persistent? You focus on the next step. You focus on the action you can take today, not on the overwhelming distance between where you are and where you want to be. Keep moving forward, no matter how small the steps. And when setbacks happen, don't see them as failures. See them as opportunities to learn, grow, and keep going. Persistence is the secret ingredient that turns your potential into results. Keep going. Don't quit now. Have you ever found yourself stuck in the same old cycle day after day, wondering why things aren't changing? Maybe you feel like you've tried everything, yet nothing seems to move forward. Here's the hard truth. The biggest obstacle standing between you and the life you want isn't the world outside of you. It's the thoughts, habits, and beliefs that are holding you back. The truth is, change doesn't come from waiting for the right moment or the perfect opportunity. It comes from within you. Today, we're going to uncover how you've been getting in your own way, how your own actions, sometimes without even realizing it, are sabotaging your success. Together, we'll explore why you're stuck and, more importantly, how to break free. By the end of this session, you'll have a clear understanding of what's been holding you back, and you'll be ready to take the first step toward lasting change. This isn't about empty motivation. It's about real, practical steps that will help you take control and create the life you've always dreamed of. We all have dreams, goals, and desires. But how many times have you stopped yourself from reaching them? How many times have you talked yourself out of taking that first step? Maybe you've thought, I'm not ready yet, or it's not the right time, or maybe you've convinced yourself that failure is inevitable. So why even try? The truth is, self-sabotage is sneaky. It shows up in ways you might not even recognize. It's that voice in your head that tells you you're not good enough, that you'll never be able to make it. It's the habits you've built over time, like procrastination, fear of failure, or perfectionism. These behaviors don't appear out of nowhere. They come from deeper fears, fear of judgment, fear of rejection, fear of success, and they are often rooted in past experiences. Maybe you failed before, or maybe someone once told you that you weren't capable. You see, self-sabotage isn't about being weak or lazy. It's about protecting yourself from the pain of failure or disappointment. But here's the thing, if you keep listening to these fears, you'll never grow. You'll stay stuck in that same place, wondering why nothing ever changes. Let me tell you something. Self-sabotage is a cycle, and you have the power to break it. The first step is recognizing it for what it is. You have to become aware of how these habits show up in your life. Negative self-talk, procrastination, and perfectionism are just a few examples of how you might be standing in your own way. These behaviors chip away at your confidence, slowly, surely, until you believe you're not capable of achieving anything. But here's the truth. You've already survived so much in life and you have the strength to break these patterns. It's time to stop doubting yourself and start empowering yourself. How do you break this cycle? The first step is to identify your triggers. What causes you to doubt yourself? When you're aware of the situations or thoughts that lead to self-sabotage, you can begin to challenge them. If you find yourself procrastinating, ask yourself why. Are you afraid of failing? Are you waiting for the perfect moment? The next step is to replace these self-sabotaging behaviors with empowering actions. Instead of avoiding a task, start small. Take that first step, no matter how small it seems. Start building momentum. And when that voice in your head tells you to stop, push through, break the cycle by taking action. The more you challenge those fears and take consistent action, the less power they will have over you. Tomorrow is a lie. We all know that voice. The one that says, I'll do it tomorrow, or I need more time to prepare. We delay, we hesitate, we put things off, hoping that somehow, somewhere we'll find the motivation to start. But let me tell you something. Tomorrow never comes. The only moment you have control over is right now. Procrastination is a thief. It robs you of time, opportunities, and progress. But more than that, it steals your confidence. Every time you delay taking action, you're telling yourself that you can't do it. You're reinforcing that feeling of being stuck. But that cycle can end today. The first step to breaking procrastination is understanding why you do it. Often procrastination is rooted in fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, or even fear of success. You see, perfectionism often paralyzes us. We wait for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, or the perfect conditions. But that moment never comes. Here's the truth. Action is what creates momentum, not waiting. And you don't need to do it perfectly. You just need to start. There are practical steps you can take to break free from the paralysis of procrastination. Start small. Use the 2-minute rule. Commit to doing something for just 2 minutes. Once you start, it's easier to keep going. Another strategy is to break large tasks into smaller, manageable pieces. If something feels overwhelming, focus on the first step, not the whole project. By making the task smaller, you make it less intimidating. And finally, set yourself up for success. Create a productive environment. Eliminate distractions. Set a time to work and commit to it. You don't have to wait for the perfect moment to start. Start now, and the momentum will build. You'll be amazed at what you can accomplish when you stop waiting and start doing. The way you think determines the way you act. Let that sink in. Your mindset is like the lens through which you see the world. If you look through a lens of negativity and limitation, that's what you'll see. But if you choose to look through a lens of possibility and growth, everything around you begins to change. The truth is, your mindset is one of the most powerful tools you have. It shapes how you respond to challenges, how you view your own potential, and how you approach opportunities. There are 2 types of mindsets: a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. A fixed mindset is the belief that your abilities and intelligence are set in stone. You think that you either have it or you don't, and you're stuck with what you've got. But a growth mindset is different. It's the belief that you can grow, learn, and improve through effort and perseverance. It's the understanding that challenges are opportunities for growth, not signs of failure. Think of your mindset like the lens through which you see the world. If you're looking through a fixed lens, you'll see obstacles and limitations. But when you change your mindset, when you shift to a growth mindset, you'll see opportunities and possibilities. You'll start to see setbacks as lessons and failures, as stepping stones to success. Shifting your mindset takes time, but it starts with self-awareness. Start paying attention to the way you think. Are you thinking, I can't, or I'm not good enough? Challenge those thoughts. Replace them with empowering beliefs. Use affirmations to reinforce positive thinking. Visualize yourself succeeding, overcoming challenges, and achieving your goals. By changing the way you think, you'll begin to change the way you act. And when you change your actions, you change your life. Success doesn't happen overnight. It's not the result of one big leap. It's the sum of small, consistent actions over time. Think about it. Every major accomplishment in your life started with a small, simple step. And each small step builds momentum, which leads to even bigger steps. That's the power of small wins. When you focus on small victories, you build confidence, you build momentum, and you keep moving forward. It's easy to get discouraged when you're focused on the big picture. The road to success can seem overwhelming, but when you break it down into smaller steps, everything becomes more manageable. Every small win is a victory. Every task you complete, no matter how small, brings you one step closer to your goal. And celebrating those wins, no matter how small, keeps you motivated and on track. Ask yourself, what's stopping me from taking that first small step? The answer is usually fear or perfectionism. But let me remind you, no step is too small, and every step counts. Start by setting daily goals that are achievable. Track your progress. Celebrate the little wins. By doing this, you'll rewire your brain for success, and you'll begin to see that consistency, not perfection, is the key to lasting change. The beliefs you hold about yourself shape your reality. What you believe is possible, what you believe you deserve, what you believe you are capable of, all of these beliefs become your truth. But here's the thing, many of the beliefs we hold are limiting beliefs. They're false beliefs based on fear, past experiences, or the opinions of others. These beliefs keep you stuck. They tell you that you're not good enough, that success isn't meant for you, that you don't have what it takes. But none of this is true. Limiting beliefs are like chains holding you back from your full potential. But you have the power to break free. The first step is recognizing these beliefs for what they are, lies. Once you identify them, you can challenge them. Ask yourself, is this belief really true, or is it just something I've been telling myself for years? Start rewriting your beliefs. Replace the negative, limiting thoughts with empowering ones. Use affirmations to shift your self-talk. Surround yourself with people who support your growth, people who believe in your potential. The more you challenge and replace these limiting beliefs, the more you'll step into your true power. And once you start believing in yourself, there's no limit to what you can achieve. Are you tired of starting and stopping, never really gaining any traction toward your goals? What if the key to your success isn't a massive breakthrough, but consistent small steps? It's easy to get caught up in the idea that achieving greatness requires monumental effort or sudden bursts of inspiration. But the truth is, small actions, repeated every day, build the foundation for extraordinary results. In this session, we're diving into the powerful principle of consistent action, and I'm going to show you how it can completely transform your approach to success. We'll break down why consistency trumps talent, how small wins lead to big momentum, and why setbacks aren't something to fear but rather embrace as part of the process. Get ready to understand how you can create unstoppable progress by simply taking one small step at a time. By the end of this session, you'll know exactly how to make consistent action your secret weapon to achieving the life you've always wanted. Stick with me and let's build momentum together. Have you ever heard the saying, Rome wasn't built in a day? It's true. You don't build a house with one brick, but one brick at a time. You create something magnificent. The power of incremental progress is undeniable. In fact, the smallest of actions repeated over time can lead to results far beyond what you initially imagined. When you look at success stories of the most accomplished people, you'll notice one common thread: they didn't achieve their results overnight. They didn't rely on one giant leap. They focused on consistent small steps that added up over time. Think about the impact of small wins. How do you feel when you achieve something small, something manageable? It gives you confidence. It fuels your belief that you can do more. The pursuit of small successes is vital for long-term achievements. Every step forward, no matter how tiny, creates a sense of accomplishment. And when you build on that, you generate momentum, a powerful force that propels you toward bigger goals. But the power of small actions goes beyond just motivation. It's also about avoiding overwhelm. When you're faced with a huge task, it's easy to feel paralyzed. You think, how can I possibly tackle all of this? But when you break it down into smaller, manageable actions, you make it possible. Instead of worrying about the end result, you focus on the next small step. You get clarity and you regain your focus.
And when you consistently make those small actions, they compound. Let me give you a real-world example. A writer doesn't complete a novel in one sitting. They write a page, a paragraph, sometimes even just a sentence at a time. But day after day, their small efforts stack up, and soon enough, they've written the entire book. It's not the huge leap that matters. It's the daily effort. So remember, the key to big results is found in the small actions you take every day. Now, let me ask you, how many dreams have you abandoned because you weren't consistent? You didn't show up every day, so you lost the momentum you needed to succeed. Consistency is often more important than perfection. You don't need to do things flawlessly. You just need to do them regularly. One of the biggest mistakes people make is waiting for the perfect moment. They think, I'll start when the timing is just right. But the truth is, waiting for the perfect moment means you're never going to start. The key is to show up every day, even if it's imperfect. Think about it. A professional athlete doesn't wait for their body to feel perfectly ready before training. They push through the discomfort, showing up day after day to hone their craft. It's consistency that makes them great, not perfection. Building consistent habits is the secret to long-term success. When you develop daily routines, you create structure. Your actions become automatic, and you don't have to rely on motivation. You don't have to ask yourself every day, should I do this? It becomes a part of who you are. That's the power of routine. Look at highly successful individuals. They didn't achieve greatness by making huge sporadic efforts. They achieved it by being consistent, day in and day out.
The consistency they practiced allowed them to move forward even when motivation wore thin. Now, let's be honest, it's not always easy. At some point, the initial excitement fades. The new project doesn't seem as shiny, and the task feels like a burden. But here's the secret. When you keep showing up, even when it's hard, you build something stronger than motivation. You build resilience, discipline, and a mindset that refuses to quit. And in the end, it's consistency that makes the difference. The journey toward your goals is rarely a straight path. It's more like a winding road full of potholes, detours, and obstacles. Let me tell you something. Setbacks are not the end of the road. They're a part of the journey. The difference between those who succeed and those who fail isn't about talent or luck. It's about persistence. It's about pushing through the obstacles and continuing to move forward no matter what. Let's face it, failure is uncomfortable. It hurts. It makes you question yourself. But if you look at failure through a different lens, you'll see that it's not something to fear. It's a stepping stone. Every failure brings a lesson. Every setback is a chance to learn, to grow, and to adjust your strategy. The most successful people in the world have failed, sometimes even more than they've succeeded. But they didn't let failure define them. They kept going because they knew that success wasn't about avoiding failure. It was about learning how to keep moving forward despite it. One of the best ways to overcome setbacks is by reframing your perspective on failure. Instead of viewing it as a sign that you're not good enough, see it as an opportunity to learn something new. Failure doesn't mean you're done. It means you found a way that didn't work, and that brings you one step closer to finding what does work. When obstacles come your way, and they will, remember this: resilience is built in the hardest moments. The strength to keep going is developed when things are tough. The key is to develop a mindset that refuses to give up. That's where true success is born. And during tough times, don't forget to practice self-compassion. It's easy to be hard on yourself when you're facing a challenge, but being kind to yourself is critical for long-term success. When you're kind, you're giving yourself the space to grow, to regroup, and to keep going. So the next time you face an obstacle, don't let it stop you. Let it teach you. Let it strengthen your resolve, and keep moving forward, because every setback is just one more reason to push through and keep going. These principles, small actions, consistency, and overcoming setbacks, are the foundation of real lasting success. The key is in your hands, and it's up to you to take that first step. Just keep going even when it's hard, because each step, no matter how small, brings you closer to the life you want. Have you ever felt like you're not good enough, or that your self-doubt holds you back from going after what you really want? Imagine if you could wake up tomorrow and feel absolutely confident, ready to take on anything without hesitation. Confidence isn't a trait reserved for a select few. It's a skill that anyone can develop. And today we're going to break down exactly how to build unshakable confidence that will propel you towards success. This isn't about pretending to be perfect. It's about taking bold, consistent actions that make you trust in yourself and your abilities. By the end of this session, you'll have the tools to stop second-guessing yourself and start showing up with the kind of confidence that turns heads and makes things happen. So, if you're ready to change the way you think about yourself and the way others see you, stick with me. We're diving into the powerful, practical steps you can take to become the confident, unstoppable person you were meant to be. Let me start with this. Confidence isn't about being perfect. True confidence doesn't come from being flawless. It comes from being bold enough to take action, even when you're uncertain. It's about believing in yourself enough to show up, even if you don't have all the answers yet. Think about this for a moment. What would you do if you knew you couldn't fail? What risks would you take? What chances would you seize? It's easy to let fear hold you back when you feel uncertain or unworthy. But the truth is, confidence grows when you stop waiting for perfection and start acting despite your doubts. Many people believe confidence is something you either have or you don't. They think it's some trait you're either born with or you never get, but that's simply not true. The myth of perfection, striving to be flawless, will hold you back from building true confidence. Perfection is an illusion. When you chase it, you end up paralyzed, afraid to act because you're always waiting for the right moment. Confidence isn't about getting everything perfect, it's about being willing to take action, even if you might mess up. Now let's talk about something else that often gets confused with confidence: arrogance. These two may seem similar on the surface, but they're worlds apart. Arrogance is rooted in insecurity. It's a defensive mechanism that tries to mask doubt with a fake sense of superiority. True confidence, on the other hand, comes from a place of self-assurance. It's knowing your worth without needing to prove it to anyone. Confidence doesn't need validation. It stands on its own. The most important thing to remember is this: confidence is built, not born. You don't wake up one day suddenly feeling like you've made it. You build confidence through consistent, intentional practice. It's about showing up, doing the work, and stepping outside your comfort zone, day after day. Every time you do this, you get stronger. Every time you take action, no matter how small, you reinforce the belief that you are capable. So, how do you start building that unshakable confidence every day? It starts with how you talk to yourself. Positive self-talk is powerful. The way you speak to yourself can shape your reality. If you constantly tell yourself that you're not good enough, that you're incapable, then that's what you'll believe. But if you start speaking to yourself with kindness and encouragement, you'll begin to see yourself differently. You'll start believing that you can handle challenges and that you are worthy of success. Affirmations are a great tool to reinforce positive beliefs. Simple statements like, I am confident, I can handle this, or I am worthy of success might sound basic, but when repeated consistently, they can reprogram your mindset. These affirmations help you overcome the negative self-talk that holds you back. They strengthen your belief in yourself and start to shift your thinking from doubt to confidence. But here's the key: action breeds confidence. Confidence doesn't come from thinking you can do something. It comes from doing it. It comes from taking action, especially when you're unsure. You see, the more you push through fear and uncertainty, the more you prove to yourself that you are capable. It's about building that muscle. The first time you do something new, you might not feel confident at all. But the more you do it, the more confident you become. Let me tell you something: confidence isn't something you're born with. It's something you build through consistent, courageous action. Every small win, every step forward builds momentum, and that momentum is what drives your confidence. It's like climbing a staircase. Each step might feel small, but after a while you've made it to the top and you realize just how far you've come. Now let's address something critical: setbacks. Along the journey of building confidence, you're going to face failure. You're going to be rejected. You're going to mess up. But guess what? That's part of the process. It doesn't mean you're not confident. It means you're growing. Failure doesn't destroy confidence, it strengthens it. When you fail and keep going, you prove to yourself that you can handle adversity. That's what true confidence is, not about avoiding failure, but about how you rise after it. Let's shift gears a bit and talk about something that plays a huge role in how we come across to others: body language. Your body speaks louder than words. It can convey confidence or insecurity even before you say a word. Think about it: how do you feel when you stand tall with your shoulders back, your chest open and your head held high? You feel powerful. You feel unstoppable. That's because your body and mind are deeply connected. The way you carry yourself directly impacts your confidence. The power of posture is real. When you stand with good posture, you instantly feel more assured. You don't just look more confident, you become more confident. It's a simple yet effective way to take control of how you're perceived. Your body language doesn't just affect how others see you, it affects how you feel about yourself. When you stand tall, your mind starts to believe that you are in fact strong and capable. Think about this analogy. Your body is the billboard of your mind. When you walk into a room with confidence, it's like sending a message to the world that you are in control, that you are here, and that you are ready to take on whatever comes your way. It's powerful, and it's a message that everyone can hear without you saying a word. There's a simple exercise you can do to start practicing confident body language. Stand in front of a mirror, take a deep breath, and straighten up. Hold that posture for a few minutes. See how you feel. It might feel awkward at first, but the more you do it, the more it will start to feel natural. And as it becomes natural, your brain will start to associate that posture with confidence. Finally, let's talk about owning any room. When you walk into a space, don't shrink back. Take up space. Make eye contact. Smile. Don't let fear control your presence. Walk in with the kind of energy that says, I belong here. The way you enter a room can set the tone for everything that follows. You don't have to speak loudly to command attention. Your presence will do it for you. Confidence isn't something you're born with, it's something you create. You build it through positive self-talk, consistent action, and by mastering the art of body language. Start today. Take action. Speak kindly to yourself. Own your presence, and watch how your confidence grows. Because when you start believing in yourself, others will start believing in you too. Are you tired of feeling like you're always just one step away from your goals, but never quite getting there? What if discipline, not motivation, was the missing piece? Motivation comes and goes, but discipline is the foundation that turns dreams into reality. Today we're diving into the true power of discipline, the force that can transform your potential into lasting achievement. Discipline is the bridge that takes you from where you are to where you want to be. It's not about rigid rules or self-punishment. It's about making deliberate, focused actions every single day that build momentum. In this session, I'll show you how to cultivate a disciplined mindset and the practical steps you can take to stay on track, even when distractions and obstacles pop up. It's time to stop waiting for the perfect moment or the next burst of inspiration. The results you want are just a disciplined, consistent action away. Let's get to work, because today could mark the moment you start achieving what you've always dreamed of. Let's get something straight. Discipline is not about being rigid. It's not about punishing yourself into submission. Discipline is the key to turning raw potential into real, tangible results. Imagine your goals as something distant on the horizon. Discipline is the bridge that connects where you are today to where you want to be. Without discipline, you might have dreams, but they'll remain just that, dreams. With it, your potential turns into something you can see, touch, and experience. Here's the truth. Motivation is fleeting. It comes in bursts, but it's temporary. You can wake up feeling energized and ready to conquer the world, but by midday, that spark can fade. And when it does, what do you have left? Discipline. Discipline is what carries you through the tough days when motivation is nowhere to be found. It's the force that gets you to show up even when you don't feel like it. Motivation is a spark. Discipline is the fire that keeps burning long after the spark has disappeared. The secret to achieving anything significant is consistency. It's about making small, deliberate actions every single day that build up over time. Those small wins accumulate and create massive transformation. You might not see it on day one or even week one, but as you continue, you'll start to see the fruits of your discipline. Small, consistent actions create momentum, and momentum is what propels you forward. Discipline is not about force. It's not about working yourself to exhaustion. It's about aligning your actions with your long-term goals and making decisions every day that move you closer to where you want to be. It's about having the strength to choose the long-term rewards over the short-term temptations. And that, my friends, is where real progress happens. Building discipline starts with creating routines that support your goals. Your daily routine is like the foundation of a house. Without a strong foundation, everything you build on top will crumble. So, it's crucial to design a routine that reinforces the habits necessary for your success. Start with simple habits. Don't try to overhaul your entire life overnight. Focus on one small change that will lead you in the direction you want to go. If your goal is to get in better shape, for example, start by setting aside 20 minutes a day to move your body. Make it a non-negotiable part of your routine. Over time, that small habit will become ingrained and you'll start to see results. Next, let's talk about rituals. Rituals are powerful because they ground you and create structure in your day. Whether it's a morning ritual to set your intentions for the day or a night ritual to wind down, these small practices can keep you focused and disciplined. Rituals are the secret sauce that keeps your momentum going, even when motivation fades. They become automatic, something you don't have to think twice about. To stick to your routines, you need tools that help you stay on track. Tracking progress is one of the best ways to maintain discipline. When you track your actions, you start to see patterns. You can identify what's working and what needs adjustment. Micro goals are another great tool. Break your bigger goals down into smaller, manageable steps. Celebrate each small win, and when you hit those micro goals, reward yourself. Not with something that'll take you off track, but with something that reinforces your commitment. Starting is often the hardest part. The mental resistance that comes with beginning a new routine or habit can be overwhelming. But here's the trick: don't wait for motivation to start. Motivation will follow action. Push through that resistance. The hardest part is always getting started, but once you do, you'll find that momentum takes over. Discipline is also about patience. The path to success is rarely fast. It's long, it's hard. But if you're willing to trust the process and embrace delayed gratification, you'll be amazed at what you can achieve. Discipline teaches you that success doesn't come overnight. It's a steady, consistent climb, and every small action you take is one step closer to your goal. Here's a hard truth: distraction is the thief of your dreams. If you let it, distraction will steal your time, your energy, and your focus. The world is full of distractions: social media, emails, people vying for your attention. These distractions can easily pull you off course and derail your progress. But here's the thing: you're in control. It's up to you to eliminate distractions and take charge of your focus. The first step is setting clear boundaries. If you want to focus on your work, create an environment where distractions are minimized. Turn off your notifications. Put your phone in another room if you have to. Create a space where you can be fully present and engaged in the task at hand. The less distractions you allow, the more focused you'll be. Here's something else: multitasking is a myth. I know it feels like you're being productive when you're juggling multiple things at once, but research shows that multitasking actually lowers productivity. Focusing on one thing at a time allows you to give it your full attention, which leads to better results. Deep focus is the key to accomplishing great things. So focus on what matters. Prioritize your tasks and give them your full attention. But here's the challenge: life is unpredictable. It throws curveballs your way. You can plan all you want, but sometimes things won't go according to plan. That's where discipline really comes into play. Discipline is about staying aligned with your vision, even when life tries to throw you off track. It's about not letting setbacks or challenges shake your focus. When things get tough, discipline is what keeps you going. In the end, discipline is what separates those who dream from those who achieve. It's not about waiting for the perfect moment or the next burst of motivation. It's about showing up every day and doing the work. It's about making small, consistent choices that lead to big results. If you want to create lasting success, start with discipline. Build your routine, focus on your goals, and trust the process. The life you're dreaming of is waiting on the other side of your discipline. So let's get to work. The time to act is now. Are you feeling lost, uncertain, or just going through the motions without a clear sense of direction? What if having a strong vision and purpose could be the key to unlocking everything you've ever dreamed of? Imagine waking up every day with a clear mission, knowing exactly what you're working towards. It's not just about goals, it's about connecting your actions to a deeper sense of meaning. In this session, we'll explore the power of vision and purpose, two forces that can drive you forward, even when the going gets tough. By the end, you'll have the tools to create a compelling vision for your life, align your actions with your deeper purpose, and stay motivated no matter the obstacles. This isn't just about inspiration, it's about giving you a practical, actionable plan that will lead to real transformation. Are you ready to turn your dreams into a focused, purposeful reality? Let's get started and build a future that truly excites you. What are you really working towards? Without a clear vision, how do you know where you're headed? Without vision, everything can feel scattered. You're putting in effort, but is it taking you anywhere? Vision is essential because it gives you direction, clarity, and purpose. It's the roadmap that guides every decision, every action, and every step you take. A clear vision acts like a beacon. It pulls you forward, no matter how tough things get. When obstacles arise, and they will, you don't give up because you have something bigger pulling you in the right direction. Vision helps you stay motivated when the going gets tough. It's your constant reminder of why you started in the first place. If you don't have a vision, you're just reacting to life's circumstances. But with a clear vision, you're creating your own future. So how do you create a vision that truly resonates with you? Start by looking inward. What do you really care about? What do you want your life to represent? Your vision should come from a place of deep reflection, one that aligns with your core values. Craft a vision that excites you. Don't just settle for what seems practical or easy. Aim for something that stirs your soul, something that gets you excited every time you think about it. When your vision is truly compelling, it becomes a driving force, fueling every action you take. Once you've identified your vision, it's time to turn it into a roadmap. A vision, no matter how grand, is just an idea until you break it down into actionable steps. Start by identifying the big goals that will take you toward your vision. Then break those goals down into smaller, manageable tasks. This is where most people fall short. They get lost in the enormity of their vision and become overwhelmed. Don't let that happen to you. Break your vision into small, bite-sized pieces and take action on them every day. Every step forward, no matter how small, is progress. A clear vision isn't just a motivational tool, it's a guiding force. It's the compass that keeps you on course, even when distractions and setbacks try to knock you off track. When life throws you off course, your vision will be the reminder of why you keep pushing forward. It will keep you focused, it will keep you motivated, and ultimately it will help you turn your dreams into reality.
When you align your actions with a deeper sense of purpose, you become unstoppable. Think about it like this. When an arrow is shot from a bow, it doesn't wander. It flies straight toward its target, driven by the force of the bowstring. That's what purpose-driven action does. It helps you move forward with precision, with intention. When your actions are guided by purpose, every step you take is a step towards something bigger. It's not about just getting things done. It's about making sure what you do matters. Purpose is the energy that fuels your motivation. It's not enough to just have a goal. If your actions aren't connected to something deeper, something meaningful, you'll lose steam. You need to connect the what to the why. Your purpose gives your goals significance. It turns what might feel like mundane tasks into meaningful steps toward your vision. So how do you find your purpose? Start by asking yourself what drives you. What do you care about? What impact do you want to make? What problems do you want to solve? Your purpose doesn't have to be grand. It doesn't have to be a world-changing mission. It can be something as simple as wanting to help your family, improve your community, or grow as a person. The key is to find something that resonates deeply with you, something that gets you out of bed in the morning. When your purpose is clear, it fuels your passion. It becomes the engine that keeps you moving forward, even when things get difficult. Passion doesn't just come from excitement, it comes from being in alignment with your purpose. When you're in flow, working towards something that truly matters, the work doesn't feel like a burden, it feels like a privilege. Daily habits are your secret weapon for keeping your purpose front and center. Start each day by reflecting on your purpose. Remind yourself of why you're doing what you're doing. Break down your daily actions in a way that connects with your deeper purpose. This keeps you focused, this keeps you moving forward, and soon, your purpose-driven actions will become automatic. Every task you tackle will bring you closer to your vision. Let's be real for a moment. Life will throw challenges your way. You will face obstacles. There will be days when everything feels like it's falling apart. But here's the thing, challenges don't define you. How you respond to them does. And if you have a clear vision, you'll have the strength to push through when times get tough. Every obstacle is a test of your commitment to your vision. Difficulties are inevitable, but they are also necessary. Every challenge is an opportunity to grow, to learn,
and to get better. Don't shy away from them. Embrace them. See each setback as a stepping stone toward the person you're becoming. The greater the challenge, the greater the growth that comes with it. During tough times, it's easy to lose sight of why you started. That's why it's so important to revisit your why. When things get tough, remind yourself of your vision. Reconnect with the deeper reasons behind your goals. This will give you the strength to keep going. Your why is the anchor that will hold you steady when everything else feels uncertain. When you know why you're doing something, the how becomes much easier. Building resilience starts with holding on to your vision. A strong vision gives you the mental toughness to bounce back faster from setbacks. When your vision is clear, setbacks don't feel like roadblocks. They feel like detours, temporary diversions that ultimately lead you back on track. Keep your vision in front of you. Let it guide you when times get tough. There will be times when life will try to knock you off course, but with a clear vision and a strong purpose, you'll find ways to stay on track. You'll keep moving forward, and the obstacles you once feared will become opportunities to prove your strength, your resilience, and your unwavering commitment to your dreams. So when challenges arise, and they will, remember, they're part of the journey. They don't define you. Your vision does. And if you stay true to it, nothing can stop you from reaching your destination. Are you tired of waiting for things to fall into place? What if the power to change your life is already in your hands? The truth is, your future starts today, and it's time to step up and take control. No more excuses, no more waiting for the right moment. The moment you own your power, everything changes. In this session, we're diving deep into how you can embrace your true potential and move forward with bold, decisive action. This isn't just about motivation, it's about giving you the tools to break free from the chains holding you back and creating the life you've always wanted. The time to act is now, and what you're about to learn could be the catalyst for a powerful transformation. Get ready to unlock your inner strength and take the first step toward a future filled with possibility. The moment you take responsibility for your life is the moment everything changes. Let that sink in. No more blaming the circumstances. No more looking for someone or something to blame. The truth is, you are the one in charge. When you take ownership of your choices, you take back your power. You become the creator of your reality. You stop being a victim of life's circumstances, and instead you start shaping your future with purpose and intent. How often do you find yourself making excuses? I can't do this because of, or it's not the right time yet. Those excuses are chains, and the more you use them, the more they hold you back. The moment you stop making excuses and start taking responsibility for your actions, everything shifts. You realize that the only thing standing between you and your dreams is the belief that you can't have them. That's when you stop waiting for everything to align perfectly, and instead you take control of what you can, your choices, your actions, and your mindset. Self-doubt will creep in. It's natural. But you can't let it control you. Break free from those limiting beliefs. Every time you doubt yourself, you give away your power. You shrink your potential. Instead, choose to believe in your ability to rise above your doubts. The reality is, you are capable of so much more than you give yourself credit for. Every step you take, no matter how small, is a step toward breaking the chains of self-doubt. Self-accountability is the key to progress. The more you hold yourself accountable, the more you'll see results. No one else can do it for you. If you want to change your life, you need to take full ownership of your actions and decisions. This is where true empowerment lies. When you accept responsibility for your life, you unlock the door to greatness. The power to change your future is already within you. It's time to stop waiting for permission and start owning your success. Don't wait for the perfect moment. I know, it sounds nice to think that one day everything will line up perfectly and you'll be ready to take that giant leap. But let me tell you something, the perfect moment doesn't exist. If you wait for everything to be just right, you'll be waiting forever. The key is to act now, not when everything feels perfect, but when you're willing to take the leap despite the uncertainty. Your future is like a canvas. What you do today will paint the masterpiece of your tomorrow. The strokes you make today, the choices you act on today, are the ones that will shape your future. It's easy to get caught up in planning, thinking, analyzing, but at some point, you have to make a decision and take action. The action doesn't have to be massive, it just needs to be bold. Small, decisive actions compound over time to create huge results. Overthinking and paralyzing doubt can easily trap you. If you're always analyzing every possible outcome, you'll never take the first step. This is what we call paralysis by analysis. Don't let this happen to you. The truth is, you'll never have all the answers, and that's okay. What matters is that you start. Taking action today is how you break free from overthinking. Stop waiting for perfect clarity and embrace the power of moving forward, even when you don't have all the details figured out. When you take bold action, you create momentum.
Momentum builds confidence. Confidence leads to more action, and more action brings you closer to your goals. Don't sit back and wait for everything to align. Move with purpose. Take those first steps and watch as they open the door to bigger and bigger opportunities. Your future starts with what you do today. Now it's time to put everything you've learned into practice. I want you to challenge yourself right now. What's one step you can take towards your goals today? You don't need to have it all figured out, but you need to start. The first step is always the hardest. It's the step that requires the most courage, the most belief in yourself. But it's also the step that changes everything. So what are you waiting for? Let me remind you of something. You're more powerful than you think. Start acting like it. Today, now. You have everything you need within you to create the life you want. It's not about waiting for the perfect moment. It's about acting with conviction. Even when things feel uncertain, don't wait for someone else to tell you it's time. You are the one who decides when it's time. And that time is now. Consistency is what separates those who succeed from those who don't. It's not about making one big perfect leap. It's about showing up every day, taking one small action at a time, and building momentum. Over time, these small actions will add up to massive change. If you commit to showing up every day and taking action, no matter how small, you will create the life you desire. Understand this, progress often means stepping into the unknown. Taking action is uncomfortable, but that discomfort is where growth happens. When you step outside your comfort zone, you open yourself up to new possibilities, new opportunities, and new levels of success. So don't wait, don't hold back, embrace the uncertainty of progress, and keep moving forward. Your transformation begins now, with the choice you make today to take that first step. The future you want starts with the actions you take right now.